Hi students, welcome back. Today we are going to discuss Political Science Chapter 2, What is Democracy, Why Democracy, Part 3. Students, at the end of this topic, you will be able to learn the merits of democracy. It is also called arguments for democracy, and demerits of democracy, arguments against democracy. Let's recollect our previous concept. In the previous classes, we have discussed about what is democracy and its importance. Children, democracy is a form of government in which the rulers are elected by the people. Features of the democracy. Rulers elected by people take all the major decisions, nor the others who does not belong to the government. Second one, election offer a choice and fair opportunity to change the current rulers. In India, we have number of parties to choose the leaders, and we conduct the elections in a free and fair manner to change the current rulers also. Third, each adult citizen must have one vote and each vote must have one value. I already told you that it is also called adult franchise. One value in the sense same value. One citizen must have one vote and that vote will have same value. The fourth one comes government rules within limits. It means the present government should not change the constitution and it rules within limits. Students, we all know that anything in this world is not perfect. Neither you nor I. Even I commit mistakes and I shall learn a lesson from those mistakes. And I'll correct myself also. So, democracy also having some flaws. It is also not perfect. It has some flaws. Let us discuss those flaws of democracy. Students, arguments against democracy is also called demerits of democracy. We discussed now democracy is also having some demerits or flaws. The first demerit is leaders keep changing in democracy. It means elections will be held for every 5 years and the leaders will be changing. So this leads to instability in the government. Second one, democracy is all about political competition and power play. There is no scope for morality. Democracy is nothing but political competition for power. They don't follow moral values and ethics. That's why people often say dirty politics. They'll be ready to do anything to get power. That's why 99% of people they abuse the politicians. That too, they invent new dirty words to scold them. Here comes the third demerit is so many people are consulted in a democracy that leads to delay in decision making. While making a decision in the parliament, they consult many people, they go for many arguments, discussions, and then they take decisions. This leads to delay in decision making. Leaders do not know the best interest of the people. It leads to bad decisions. We will be in our local locality, what problems we are facing, leaders will not have any idea. So, sometimes they take decisions which are bad for us. Fifth, democracy leads to corruption, for it is based on electoral competition. To win in the elections, these people they spend lot of money and they do malpractices. That leads to corruption. Sixth, ordinary people don't know what is good for them. They should not decide anything. It means in democracy, people don't know who is the best leader for them, who can develop our country, etc. That's why politicians say sometime like this, in this way. He or she belongs to their caste, we belongs to your caste. So if you vote for us, we will do best for you for your caste. Like that. So students, these are the flaws of democracy. You'll be getting a question from this topic, that is arguments against democracy. We should write these 6 points. Okay. Let us know the merits of democracy. Arguments for democracy or merits of democracy. Democracy is more accountable or answerable than the other forms of government because politicians are answerable to the people to whom they are elected, by whom they are elected. These politicians, they are answerable for what they have done during those 5 years. If the politicians do not fulfill the promises, people will not give them a chance for the next time. And not only this, media and opposition party also will be back of the government. That's why this kind of government is answerable for everything to everybody. Second, it improves the quality of decisions that are taken after long discussions and consultation. Students, as we all know that to take a simple or small decision in the parliament, it takes a long time or for some years because there they go on discussing on the topic, arguments go on the topic, and they conduct some surveys also. After that, they take the decision. It helps a lot to the people. Third, it provides a method to deal with differences and conflicts. In democracy, different type of people solve the differences or problems through discussions. For example, Hindus and Muslims have different culture. If any conflicts arise or happens, they sit together and discuss each other and solve their problems. But they'll not fight. That is why it is a method to solve the differences and conflicts in a peaceful way. Fourth, it provides various rights like equality, freedom, etc. and help people to live with dignity. It means people get a lot of respect and dignity because people have fundamental rights like right to equality, right to freedom, etc. So everybody are equal, though they are rich or poor, though they are belongs to high caste or low caste. Fifth, it is better form of government as it allows to correct its own mistakes. Yes, really it is a better form of government, children, than the other forms of government because here we rule ourselves. If anything happens, it's because of us only. If any crime or fraud or scam happens, it's because of us. It gives us a chance to correct our own mistakes also. Here we can change the rulers. Nothing can be hidden to the people and media. Democracy also gives equal chance to poor and rich to contest in the elections and to get power. Here everybody are equal. That's the end of this chapter. Thank you. Stay tuned.